You guys want to see something pretty? Look. Ta-da! It's the third time this thing has bloomed for me. I'm so happy. Orchids are hard to get to rebloom. Say hi, Indy. Here's some striped 4 o'clocks. My mom just loves these. They're so pretty. Chubby Checker and all her friends. This is 55 gallon. I swear this fish has doubled since I got her just a month ago. Chubby chubbies. Burmese border loach. Angelicus loach. A polka dot loach. Botia kubatai. Whatever you want to label it. I bought this as a yo-yo loach for $8 at my local fish store. I asked them, I said, hey, are you sure that's not a botia? And they said, no, it's a yo-yo loach. Okay, here's my $8. Take my money. At Christmas time, I bought 3 others that looked just like this. They're in the 55 gallon. I paid $18 a piece because they were labeled Angelicus loach. So when you're going to the fish store, just make sure you know what you want to buy, and what you're buying is, you know, close to what you want. I mean, what the labels are, it can vary. He's been really good at eating the snails, but I think he's tired of eating snails. I've watched him eat snail eggs, which is as good as eating a snail, but I think she's full. I don't want snails anymore, Mom. I'm sick of snails. Oh, my guppies are doing good. I gotta clean up this. We're gonna clean this up. I'm gonna pot up some of these plants. I got a couple more goldfish. These goldfish were super cute. There's one with an orange dot on her head, and this one has a orange face. I thought they would help me with the algae in here, and they have, but there's only so much algae you want to eat. You don't want to eat a bunch of algae. So this is what I'm doing. We're going to cut up some plants, do some trimmings. I have rotala in this tank. There's a red tiger lotus, but 2 types of rotala, the colorata and the rotundifolia. Fancy names for them. Oh, take off your watch, don't forget. But pulling some algae out, dumping it in the little algae tank. But just get in there and make sure you don't cut a fish or a snail. Ugh, it's always gross whenever you crunch a snail. I try not to. But I'll pull them out in like a giant bunch, and I'm laying them on a tray. And you lay them all in the same direction, because when you put them in the pots, you want to make sure you get the right stem, the downward facing stem on the right side, on the bottom side. So here's my supplies. Got all this stuff at Amazon. 2-inch little mesh pots. These are for hydroponics. Some rocks, some substrate, pure laterite, the fluval stratum. They stabilize the pH. The laterite has some iron and minerals in it for the plants. Here, look, this is what we're going to pot up. Oh my goodness. I need supervision. My supervisor's lazy. There she is. She's not taking out. So the first time I took plants to the fish store, the guy went and put the plants in there, and they just kept floating. Little baskets, and the rock wool, they just floated. So now I just get some pebbles, and I put them in the baskets first, so they'll sink. I'm gonna cut this in half, get it wet, and then I dip it and make it like a little sandwich. We're gonna put some fluval in there, mix it up. And make sure that the little leaves are at the top and the cut leaves are at the bottom. There's also roots at the bottom. You'll see these white roots. I love these. They grow like weeds. Maybe that's why I like them. And as they get closer to light, the tops will turn red. So I put about maybe 5 or 7 in a bunch. All right. I'm gonna smush it together. So these are 2-inch squares of rock wool with the 2-inch pot. And you do have to squeeze it in there. And you want it squeezed in there, but you don't want to hear the root, you know, the stems crushing. You just want it to be snug. And I like to have it, you know, pretty long. I think I'm just a regular hobbyist. I'm not like a grower that's going to grow these things. So whoever gets these, puts them in their tank, I hope they have a tall tank because I don't cut them very short. You can pull these out and stick them straight into your gravel. That's the good thing about Rotella. It's very, very forgiving. Oh, that's pretty. Let's do the Colorado. This stuff loves the algae. I don't know what it is, but it loves to grow in this, in between these, and it's hard to get out. You can see a big white root right there. And you just stick it down in your soil and it grows. That's a big bunch. See, that algae likes to get in between the leaves. This Colorado grows in like one stem, and then you'll have these longer stems that come off the sides of it. So I'll just pinch them, and then stick them back down at the bottom. You don't want it too long. About 12 inches is about what I gauge it at. You can see roots all sticking in there. Make a little sandwich, a little plant sandwich. Stuff in the basket. I'm dumping them into a bucket of water down off the side so they don't dry out. This is a before picture. Can you tell I needed to cut my stuff up? This is after. The tanks are never happy after. It cleared up. It cleared up about the next morning. It was nice and crystal clear, but that poor tiger lotus. Maybe I should put a root tab in there, feed her, give her something to eat. This was about an hour later, so it didn't stay that cloudy, but it was much better the next morning. Lots of these guppies need to go out to the pond. That little male, Molly, he needs to go out in the pond. You guys want to see Indy's new haircut? Ta-da! We got some new clippers. We shaved her butt like a lion. Isn't she cute? Thanks for watching my silly videos, you guys. Stopping by. It really gives me something to do. Makes me happy. Thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next one.